afternoon. This is your captain speaking. Our current airspeed is approximately 500 nautical miles per hour, and we are approaching our destination with touchdown expected in about 24 days. On behalf of myself and the rest of the staff, thank you for choosing BBL Airlines today. Now kick back, relax, and enjoy the Bushman Big League Triage Survey results review for the BBL inaugural season. This is a live reaction video. I have some prior knowledge of the survey results, but I have not looked at most of the responses. Therefore, please pardon any turbulence as we go through the results. Now let's get into it. Thank you all for responding to this survey. It's extremely helpful, and all the questions are very important. So as you can see, we have 12 responses, myself included. Won't go too deep into that. Will you be participating in the 2025 edition of BBL Fantasy Football? Everyone said yes. If you said no, you'd go to the screen that says boo, what the hell? But nobody experienced that, fortunately. When is your ideal draft day? This is the main result that I did look at because it was kind of pertinent. And so as we can see, Sunday, August 31st is tied for Monday, September 1st. So off the bat, we kind of want to do either of those. Some individual said that they would like to do the 30th, 31st, or the 1st. So the 31st and the 1st are still tied. August 16th is out of the question. That's not going to happen. Considering we have a tie between Labor Day and the Sunday before Labor Day, I'm going to be the tiebreaker and schedule this for Sunday, August 31st. So mark the calendars. Ideal fantasy football draft day, planned fantasy football draft day for the BBL inaugural season is officially Sunday, August 31st. Time to be decided, but probably in the evening. Anywho, moving on. On which of the aforementioned days will you be in South Florida and willing to draft in person? I guess this is also important for the previous one, but for the previous question. But it seems like anyone who is going to be here is going to be here on Sunday, August 31st, because we have 8:31, 8:31, all of the above. I live here, bruh, but Labor Day, probably best. Gang-related acronyms. I don't know what that means. Um, okay, I won't be here on the 16th. None. Yes, but it depends on what night we're celebrating our mom's birthday. So if that's you, please reach out and let me know if you're available for Sunday, August 31st. Hopefully, Simon will tell you more details about that. None. All right, we're sticking with August 31st. Please contact me if you have any issues. Moving on. If you, oh God, it's basically the same question. Are there any interesting responses here? Someone's at the concert on 8:30. Okay, perfect. 31st is even better. The first two choices, I'm not sure what that means. Gone 15th to the 17th. Alrighty. There's birthdays in August, but he doesn't know if the boys are going to actually do anything. Okay. All right. Moving on. 31st, still locked in. Mark the calendars. What is your preferred buy-in for this year's season? We had one individual state that they would like to pay $1 million to play in the BBL inaugural fantasy season. Well, it's respectable. I don't have the pocket change for that, but $20 buy-in got 9 votes, and that's the highest by a lot. It doubled the next one, which was $25 with 4 votes. So we'll be having a $20 buy-in this year. Do you want to continue playing as a super flex league, or would you prefer to go back to a single quarterback league? So here we can see 75% of people who answered this prefer the super flex. So we'll be staying with that. That does mean, for clarity, that we cannot add anybody. 12-team league is probably the maximum that you would want for a super flex league, considering the number of startable quarterbacks that there actually are in the league. Continuing, draft order will be determined 2 weeks prior to the draft date. Please select how you would wish for this to be done or add your own ideas. No, I don't really blame you guys for not liking the random number generator. That's pretty boring. A physical competition involving alcohol would be pretty fun. but that's a tough ask because not everyone's in town. Some weird game online where Ducks Race actually got 6 votes, pretty respectable. However, we have a tie for we all pick a horse in an absolutely random horse race and draft in the order that they finish. And I will try and find the weirdest possible way to randomize the draft order. Both of these options received 9 votes. Um, I will try and find the weirdest way possible to randomize the draft order. And if I can't think of anything or if I run out of time, we're going to audible to the pick a horse in an absolutely random horse race option. There we go. And 2 weeks is a pretty soft deadline. I'm going to do my best, but we'll see. I'll definitely have it done pretty, maybe like a week before is more realistic, a week before the 31st. Now, how many teams should enter the playoffs out of the 12 starting teams? 91.7% of people who answered this answered 6. So 6 out of 12 teams are going to be entering the playoffs or eligible for the playoffs. One individual wanted 4. We'll be sticking with it. Should playoffs be 2-game series or knockout style, aka single elimination? Knockout style, aka single elimination, got 8 out of the 12 votes, 66.7%. So that's what we'll be sticking with. What is your preferred prize pool split? So we got a lot of different answers here, and we had a lot of different options. I think we even had a write-in. Let's see. So the winner for this one is the Descartes method, which received 5 votes. While not a majority, it is a clear winner because the second highest one only got 2 votes, it looks like, maybe 3 votes because there was a write-in. Actually, we have to reevaluate this. We might have a tie. I think there was um, looks like softcore Machiavelli actually won. We might have to reevaluate this because there was 3 write-ins that voted for softcore Machiavelli on top of the 2 actual votes. So for clarity, for those of you who are listening and not watching this video, which is actually why I'm filming this video, so that's perfectly fine. Um, so softcore Machiavelli method, first equals decent majority, second equals more than buy-in. So maybe you get double whatever the buy-in is, so $40 in this case. And then third gets the money back. And then I can't even read all this. And then the final thing is league votes on an MVP award that is given to someone in the league. League managers cannot vote for themselves. And so just to reiterate, that had 2 votes, and then we kind of have people who want to alter softcore Machiavelli a little bit. Well, hey, we're just going to have to talk this one out. This is getting complicated for this video. Descartes method for clarity is first is a large majority. Second is once again more than the buy-in, maybe double. And then third is money back. So kind of just a classic distribution there. So we can either switch it up or stick with the classic. We'll figure that out later because they are both pretty close. It's like a 6 and a 5 split there. Moving on, now we are at the unrequired questions about rule changes. So no more required stuff and a little bit more of the fun stuff here. Anywho, first one's about punishment. Do you guys want a punishment? 8 of you said yes, 2 of you said no. Um, I personally do not want one because nobody ever does it. But hey, I go with the people vote. All right, and then let's look at some of the suggestions that we have. 10-minute ice bath in 40-degree water every day for 2 weeks. Right. Brazilian wax. Cringe TikTok, but in parentheses, can't be too bad or else no one does it. Um, Rob is getting shouted out here. Rob, and then in parentheses, it's gonna be Rob, has to do a comedy club open mic night set and record it. Interesting. Loser has to go work for Palantir. All right. And the last one, probably a no, because no one would do it, but it could be fun. Maybe a drinking challenge like 999 baseball challenge, LMAO. All right, let's keep it rolling. Seems like we have a punishment we'll have to figure out. I'll probably send out another survey and you guys can choose one of these or something. Do we want rivalry weeks? 9 people voted yes for rivalry weeks out of the 10 responses. So overwhelming appreciation of rivalry weeks. That's definitely something we're going to be adding. And I'll probably hand select the rivals so we have some meaningful rivalry weeks and it's not just random and like artificial. Moving on, defensive players. Um, no, eight people voted they do not want defensive players, so it's actually kind of close, but we will not be adding individual defensive players to the roster this fantasy season. 11 people out of 12 want to keep kickers, and then 10 people out of 12 want to keep defenses. So nothing too crazy going on with the roster selection here. It's pretty much going to be the same. Defenses and kickers stay. Now, any other suggestions? Um, Thank you to the individual that said this is so good. I appreciate that. Thank you again to the individual who recommended collecting money at the beginning. Yes, I don't know when I'll collect money, but it really should be before the draft. Maybe a day of the draft. We'll figure it out. But yeah, that's definitely gonna happen. Um, Finally, interesting. WTF are these questions? Question mark, question mark. Like, yes, we should have kickers and defense like last year, right? IDK about individual defensive players. That's a lot. If no two QBs, I think we should still have that extra player slot, though. Would we consider bonus points for big games like 200 plus yards? So this is a lot to unpack here, guys. So the first sentence, WTF are these questions? I don't even know if I need to address that. I think we're gonna skip over that or before I lose it. Like, yes, we should have kickers and defense like last year, right? Um, there actually was no last year. This is the BBL fantasy football inaugural season. There's no precedent. And just because we did something last year doesn't mean we should do it this year. This is a cutting edge fantasy football league that's willing to push the boundaries no matter how big or how small. Okay, we're always going to be reevaluating things and finding unique ways to increase the excitement and the entertainment of the league. Good. Glad we got that sorted out. IDK about individual defensive players. Yes, the league agrees with you. That is a lot. If no two QBs, I think we should still have the extra player slot, though. That's valid. You just want an extra flex. If we didn't do super flex, that's actually a good suggestion, but we're staying with super flex. So, anyway. Would we consider bonus points for big games like 200 plus yards? Honestly, no. I mean, I guess we can consider that because I did say we're going to push the boundaries. Um, this individual just sounds like they play in another league that I'm aware of called the Fuzzy Handcuff League because I believe that they have a bonus point for big game setting in there, and that got all screwed up last year, so I didn't even consider putting that into our BBL inaugural season. But hey, it seems like I'm gonna have to send out another survey just to handle the punishments and the payout. So maybe I'll throw the bonus point stuff in there too and call it a day. Anyways, that's a wrap, guys. I'm happy we got that sorted. The big ticket items here are August 31st in the evening, Sunday, August 31st in the evening, the day before Labor Day. Everyone should be off of work. We're going to be having the fantasy football draft for the BBL 2025 inaugural season. Additionally, $20 buy-in for this year. That should be collected before the draft starts. All right, I will get working on the other stuff that we need to handle before the draft. And I will be sending out the draft order as soon as I have it. Everything will be recorded. And we'll go from there. Thank you guys again for responding to my survey. I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you were able to watch this video. In a relaxed, chill setting or in the car or something. I did this so you guys didn't have to read a whole freaking million paragraphs about fantasy. So thank you and you're welcome. All right, peace.